to be responsible, all of that good stuff. Especially in a city where it's not legal, it's not decriminalized, and you're buying it from the guy up the street.
That's a bit loaded question. um, so I mean, really, it's knowing your dose. Um, Here, hold on. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, I have a little bit of a shoulder injury, so I'm just seeing if this feels okay. Um,
So I guess the primary question
it's
is.
sorry, it's a little hard for me to like talk and work out.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. I'm gonna ask it again just to kind of simplify the question. How can you optically tell? So looking at the mushrooms and like, okay, these aren't good. I shouldn't take these. Okay, what are some signs? Or the mushrooms not get old?
So, yeah, so basically, like with mushrooms, is you're gonna tell just like food, like there's gonna be mold on them, and you those ones you don't sell, but you really like. I mean, it's optical, like you can tell if like food is bad and it's moldy, right? So if you end up getting mushrooms from someone and there's mold on them, I mean, I don't think a lot of people do that.
Right.
But that's just something to just look at. Um,
So discoloring doesn't mean that it's bad or old. It's just you're looking for mold specifically. Like, what if the mushroom has like it's a little? I've seen mushrooms that are like a little blue, like have some blue on
so
it.
I was just gonna say, is psilocybin the way you know, like even in nature, if you pick a mushroom, like a magic mushroom,
Mm.
the stems turn blue.
Okay.
So that's how you know it has psilocybin.
Mm.
Other mushrooms like lion's mane looks nothing like psilocybin.
I got you.
Psilocybin has a stem and a cap. A lot of functional mushrooms do not have these stems or caps.
Mm.
So when you pick a mushroom that has psilocybin in it, like I said, gonna turn blue. That is not mold. That means that there's psychoactive compounds in that mushroom.
Mm.
So that's something to know. Another thing I would like suggest would be that you know who you're getting mushrooms from. If someone just started growing mushrooms and you just got it from them, just be careful and like look at the mushroom. A lot of people now, especially in Colorado, I mean, I've gotten my mushrooms lab tested, so a lot of people are getting them tested now, to make sure they know like how much potency is in it, making sure it's not gonna kill you. However, there's really hasn't been like a whole lot of mushroom deaths. Um,
Not a whole lot, but there's been some.
I don't think there's really been any that I know of. So I mean, that could be different with the research, but there's it comparatively, right? And this is why they're decriminalizing it, is comparatively to like cocaine or any like methamphetamine, as easier to overdose because it's more addictive. With mushrooms, you really can't overdose. Like you would have to be sitting there and eating 50 grams, which is like a lot of mushrooms, and they don't taste that great. Right. So who's gonna sit there and eat and have a quote unquote bad trip? People aren't really doing this, and if they have, which there are cases, like a lot of these psychonauts have eaten a lot of mushrooms and not died, and they're fine. So really, that's another big reason why I think they've decriminalized these plant medicines, is because they're not addictive. Like Denver police, when I've sat in on some Zoom calls on Prop 122 and stuff, Denver police is like, we're not worried if we find someone with a bag of mushrooms. We're worried about finding someone with a bag of cocaine or meth or heroin, whatever. So really, it's like you're gonna need a bunch of mushrooms, and you're just gonna want to be outside. Yeah. But that kind of all strives from, or like not doesn't follow what we were talking about.
Right. So basically, to answer the question, you just treat it like any other food, and if it looks moldy, you just don't eat it.
I mean, I don't treat it like any other food. I mean, there's definitely like a protocol with growing mushrooms.
Well, not growing it. Like if you were just a regular person buying it and you looked at it, if it looks moldy, don't eat
But
it.
as far as when you're buying them, the person you're getting it from has a protocol. So the protocol is making sure that they don't have mold on them.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Which it's very easy to tell if there's mold or not, because it's just like a strawberry in your fridge. It's gonna turn white, or it's gonna be fine. You know, it's gonna smell bad, or it's gonna smell like a strawberry. You know. Are we doing anything else with this, or just doing
the cables? Yes.
So why don't we talk a little bit more about like the dosing? So like mold is like, it's really just like knowing that you're getting it from the right grower and that they're reputable.
Yeah.
Because a reputable grower is not gonna give you a moldy mushroom, you know.
Right. Yeah, this is just information for the people that don't live like people back home. It's not
They don't
decriminalized or legal.
understand.
So even people that are growing it don't know shit. So I just want to make sure when people watch this that if they are illegally going and buying it, like just know what you're looking for.
Well, right, and that's what I'm saying is like if you are buying it from someone, make sure it's not someone sketchy, like Craigslist. Like a lot of people are doing that now.
On Craigslist.
Yeah, Craigslist, that kind of place, and like you don't know the person. Right. So a lot of it is just like knowing that you can trust someone. I guess in which can be hard to find, but I guess I'm so used to it now that like Colorado's like you can find mushrooms everywhere now, you know. But another big thing is that is super important is knowing your dose. And like if you're just getting a bag of mushrooms and you're just gonna eat a stem and a cap, that's when you're gonna like have a bad trip. So knowing your body weight, so like I have lower body weight, I have a lower tolerance. So it's kind of like knowing that you're taking a certain amount. If you weigh a little more, so you might want to do more mushrooms, right? So there is like a calculation. So obviously knowing that you're getting from someone reputable, you will be able to tell the signs if you do randomly start growing mushrooms. You are going to tell if something's going to smell bad. You know, it's going to look bad, it's going to smell bad. You're not going to want to eat it. If it looks good and healthy, then yes. So it's like growing plant, you know, like weed plant. You know, I'm sure they go bad. You know what I mean? And then it's really knowing how much you're taking. That's why I think it's important to make products, like make capsules, make gummies, make chocolates, because you know like how much you're taking.
Yeah. And it's pretty easy to like the products you make, just as simple as like making THC products. Not the same process, but I mean it's literally just like making it, or it's different.
So I don't know how to make THC products because I've never made them, but I'm sure it's similar. Really, it's all about, you know, percentages. So it's percentage of knowing like weight. So for example, on the chocolate batches I do, all of the dosing is per weight. Also, a lot of people just like to mix mushrooms, or I know like weed or tincture or whatever, and not mix it thoroughly. I have machines that like actually mix the chocolate thoroughly as opposed to hand mixing. So really knowing like how much you're putting in each little capsule too, or each little chocolate, is important, because I've heard people, you know, have mixed reviews on chocolate bars, because some people are just melting chocolate and pouring the powder in. I run my chocolate for 3 days in a stone refiner. So what it does is it makes it more bioavailable. I use cacao, which is natural chocolate, the natural form of chocolate. So it's better for you, compared to like just a regular chocolate bar. But that's how I feel like you're not going to have this like one chocolate has 10 grams and another one has 6, you know. So that's like important to know that you know how much is going in each. Like I have a capsule machine, multiple ones, so you know it's all per weight. So it's all like a mathematical equation. Where some people are like, yeah, I just bought capsules and I just stuffed the capsules, and that's harder to really know that how much you're taking. So same with the functional too. The functional mushrooms is everything is per weight, all the chocolates per weight. So you really know that you are getting that 1 gram of cordyceps or half gram of lion's mane, and it's not just like up and down. So there's no guessing games.
No guessing games. That's good.
Yeah. But I
So
know at THC, I've heard like edibles and THC, those can be all over the place too. Like I've eaten edibles, and sometimes I feel like some of them mess me up way more than other ones, because of like the tincture and stuff.
yeah. So dosage is the important part. I feel like I haven't weighed my mushrooms, but I kind of, put it in my hand and try to take the same amount every time. I don't know how much it weighs, but
Yeah.
it's not a lot or anything. Just doing a little bit of back stuff. Like I said, the working out part is not important. But squeeze the back. I'm gonna put the camera right there so you can catch the sun.
Okay.
My next question is when I think you said something about mixing